Okay.
Yeah, it says we're live streaming on Facebook. I think we are live and direct on Facebook, even though we can't. Oh, yes, we are.
Oh, this is strange.
Hey,
modern day technology. Meeting is now streaming live on Facebook. Oh, the wonders of technology. I'm just going to double check on my phone that I can see us. Yeah, we're live.
It's a bit behind, so I'm gonna start just by saying good morning, guys. And as you can see, we are live streaming from Zoom. We are so technical. I'm so pleased we've been able to do this.
What a time to be alive.
It's the little things, isn't it? So we are a little ahead on Zoom, and it's sort of coming through. From what we can see, it's a bit delayed. So when you guys jump on, say hello and leave your comments, and then it might just take a little while before we get to read them. So it may be a bit out of sync. So but do join us. We're doing a little bit of a different Thursday morning wellbeing, and I thought this would be really fun. And we have the gorgeous Victoria joining us. Double trouble now.
I was saying to Penny earlier that normally I'm only look gorgeous from the waist up, because no one ever sees me work-wise, you know, from anywhere kind of from chest height down. So I've normally got pajamas or something on my bottom half. I can see that we've got some comments already though. We've got Taylor, Corinne and Jackie have all said hi. Hi ladies.
Yes. Fabulous. See, I can't see them, so I must have a bit of a delayed reaction on my phone because I can't see them yet. But we shall. So our idea with this, for those that are joining, and if you're hopping on, remember, say hello, please comment. Our idea for this is really about getting to know, you know, for you guys to get to know us here at Trust Links. And we're just going to ask some well-being questions, so still kind of on the theme of the well-being and things that you know, may be helpful for you. And also, if you guys have got questions, please put them in the comments, even though we might not get them straight away. We eventually will. And also just some fun questions as well, because, you know, this really is about I think fun is definitely one of the things. I don't know about you, Victoria, but definitely one of the things that's, you got to have your sense of humour through the craziness.
I mean, anyone that knows me will know that I love to ask questions, so I'm absolutely in my element, and overjoyed to be sharing this experience with you, Penny. So yeah, I'm excited for this.
Exciting.
And it's so lovely to you know, be together as well. You know, it's so far we've all done these videos on our own, just kind of talking to a screen. So it's nice to kind of be able to chat, you know, with each other, but also with anyone that's watching, and just makes it a little bit different, doesn't it?
Definitely. I love it. I love it. Right, so on the questions. Now, we was going to put these all in a big hat, but I haven't had time to do that and put them in one big hat. So, Victoria, firstly, I'm just going to ask you, what do you most like about working for Trust Links?
Oh, what do I most like? So I really love like engaging with the students and the members, just those faces that you see on a day-to-day basis. But I think for me, it's when you have taught someone something and you can see them implementing it in everyday life. And it can be, you know, something you know, quite basic, from like, you know, how to cook, you know, something for dinner, or, you know, how to increase their self-esteem or their confidence. But when you see, you know, what you've taught them being kind of put into their everyday life, that just makes me all warm and fuzzy. I think that is my favorite part of kind of doing what I do.
Yeah, so really being able to see where you make a difference.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think that would be it.
I love
But
that.
of course, there are lots of things that I love about working for Trust Links, don't get me wrong. But I think, you know, the majority of us do what we do to make a difference to people's lives, you know, and to connect with people. And yeah, so for me, it's those moments where you can see that happening, you know, where you can see that difference. I think that, you know, that's like the moment where you think, yes, it's worth it. It's all worth it.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I love that.
Yeah. So, Penny, what is one thing that has helped you during this time? So with lockdown, with coronavirus, what is one thing that's really helped to keep you well?
So apart from having the internet, I think on a very personal level, it's really been, for me, that sort of really practicing the mindfulness stuff, and being able to just to really stay present, because you know, it's so easy, I think, when there's a lot going on in the world, it's very easy to kind of get caught up and, you know, and start that stinking thinking,
That
and
stinking thinking.
thinking and catastrophizing, and I heard someone say, which I thought was quite amusing, being like having coronachondria.
Coronachondria.
Yeah. So, you know, every bit of sore throat or cough, and you're like, oh my God. So I think really important to have really sort of stay present, and mindfulness is a great way to do that. You know, be it not only just sort of being mindful of what you're doing in the moment, but actually as a practice. You know, I've got lots of apps on the phone, and actually sort of just having that little practice, just 10 minutes. That's all I do. It's just that 10 minutes in the morning, just to kind
And
of.
actually, the word practice is key, isn't it? Because I think some people get disheartened if, you know, they try mindfulness or some sort of meditation, and they don't instantly feel calm, or, you know, they can't sort of shut off their thoughts. But it is a practice. It is, you know, our brains are made for thinking. And so, you know, we can't be cross with them when that's what they do, even when we don't want them to. So it's something that you have to stick at, guys, and try not to kind of think, right, I'm going to try mindfulness, I'm going to sit and meditate for an hour. Try and keep it kind of small and manageable, and build up from there.
Yeah, most definitely. So important to you know, really staying present. I think that's a key one, most definitely. Right, I'm going to ask you another question now. So so what have you learned about yourself, Victoria, in this challenging time? Is there anything new?
That is a tricky question. Probably that I'm actually quite a tidy person. Like, I didn't think I was a tidy person before. Sorry, this is not a very deep answer, but
It doesn't have to be deep, that's fine.
like everything has been at home, it's been irritating me a little bit, like when the house gets messy and I can't really focus. And I didn't used to consider myself to be a tidy person, but I have had to kind of get myself into a routine where, you know, I get up and I, you know, straighten the house out a little bit so that I can focus on my work and everything. And I suppose I always kind of thought I was quite a messy, chaotic person before now, but I've realised that actually I do quite like things tidy.
Oh,
God, there probably are some things that I've learned about myself. That's the first thing.
yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? That you thought something, but then actually, and maybe it's where, do you think it's might be sort of the working from home and you know, wanting to kind of work in a sort of tidy space as maybe, so it's kind of, because it's funny, isn't it? It's at the moment our the office and where we live
Amalgamating into
has come
one.
together. Yeah. So I wonder if that's what sort of makes a difference there. You know, it's the space has changed its use for some
Yeah, that's
part
it.
of the day. Sorry about that noise. I didn't close my email, so I'm having emails popping up. Fantastic. Yeah.
My question for you is, what have you found the most difficult about lockdown?
So the most difficult, I think probably what has been difficult, I think, is being sitting in front of the screen like this for hours, and but also not having a kind of a space to go to do that. So you know, this room that I'm in, there's a lot happens in this one room, so I think that sounds almost, which kind of and then at the end of the day when I'm tired, I think now would be a really good time now to go out for a walk, but then sometimes I just don't feel like it, and I have to almost really motivate myself to do that sometimes, to actually get out and shift that energy of being in this sort of one space. I think that's and then kind of closing the laptop and finishing, and then I'm here. You know, there's not that kind of that time of traveling home, or you know.
I think different spaces, you give different spaces different energies.
Yes.
And you know, what I've found difficult is that to have kind of your workspace and your relaxation space in the same space can be a little bit tricky actually, and it can be, you know, I hear what you're saying, because I've kind of found it difficult to switch off from work, and I also hear what you're saying in a sense that, like, you know, that you should get out for a walk.
Yes.
But actually, like, after a day's work, you think, oh, can I really be bothered? But yesterday, this is really fresh in my mind because it happened to me yesterday. I was like, oh, I just feel like I want to kind of get the work energy out of the room, you know. I can't relax, and I did, and a friend texted me and said, do you fancy going out for a walk? And I was like, yeah. And it was like it was meant to be. It came through right at the right moment, and so I went out for a walk, and I came back, and it was just like a different vibe.
Yes.
Different energy, is a different space. And I was like, yes, I've got my living room back now.
Yeah, I think that's really good. I heard that on something, although I can't get up and be organised enough, but I heard someone talking about the sort of whole working from home and saying that to sort of get up earlier, go for a walk, and then come back to your home and then open your computer. So like you've had that kind of,
that's almost like your commute.
Yeah. Even though it's coming back home.
Leave the house, I'm going to make my way to work, walk
around the block,
your house,
and then come back. Brilliant. Right, so Victoria, what is your favourite sandwich filling?
So I don't actually like sandwiches unless they're toasted. I don't know why. It's just, as I've got older, there's just something about, I don't know, there's just something about a sandwich that I just don't really love. However, I do really, really like a crusty roll. So, like, if you're talking about a sandwich just using bread, it's a no from me. However, I do I don't think there's anything better than like a fresh, crusty tiger roll. And this is going to sound really boring, but I just like cheese. Like cheese in a crusty tiger roll, maybe with a bit of pickle and some crisps in it as well. Like there's putting crisps in a sandwich or a roll just makes it so much better.
What flavour crisps?
Salt and vinegar.
Salt and vinegar.
Salt and vinegar every time, and Walkers as well. If I'm putting crisps in a roll, then they have to be Walkers. Just because they're just the right amount of thickness, I think, and they give a good crunch. So yeah, cheese, pickle, and salt and vinegar crisp roll. That would be my favourite sandwich.
In a tiger roll.
Yeah. What would yours be?
I like sourdough bread.
Oh.
And just like loads in it. I just, you know, good bit of salad, bit of avocado, bit of brie, bit of ham, just loaded up. Mayo.
All in.
Just
load it up.
Load it up. So it's like a meal.
Yeah, I like it.
Got to be a meal. Yeah, definitely.
So what advice would you give to your teenage self?
My gosh, my teenage self. There's probably a few things I'd say to my teenage self. One of them, like, don't do that thing.
Don't do it.
Don't do
it.
Don't do that.
The megaphone.
Stop. On a more serious note, do you know, I would say, like, don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Don't be scared to be who you are. I think that's a big one.
That's got me right in the feels, that has.
Yeah, don't be afraid.
I think there's
I think
there's a lot of people that can resonate with that.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time being too worried about other people, and that's been a big a long journey. You know, I still have my days and my moments, or me certain people that, you know, that can kind of trigger that and go into that sort of place. But yeah, it's definitely something around that, to be you and just, you know, go for it.
Oh, yeah. I love that. Mine would be don't over pluck your eyebrows.
Did you do that as a teenager? I don't think I ever plucked my eyebrows.
Anyone of a certain age, guys, if you're watching, anyone of a certain age, like, it was just the trend to over pluck your eyebrows, and mine never grew back.
See, I was a teenager in the 80s when it was like really when the big old thick eyebrows were thing. Like, who was the actress at the time? What was that lady's name?
Oh, was it Brooksfield?
Yes, yeah. So like that was where, yeah, that was when I was a teenager. So thick eyebrows was the thing.
I wish I'd lived in that era. I'm just having a look on the thing to see if anyone's
have we got any questions? Let's have a.
Can you imagine if all this time we've been talking and it hasn't been streamed?
Well, no, it was we switched off. Like, what are these two going on about?
I don't know. I mean, it's
okay, I can see questions.
Oh yeah, no, we are live now. 11 comments.
Oh,
hi Fiona.
Hello everyone.
Oh, Taylor saying, not a massive lover of sandwiches, but toasties or crusty rolls are so much nicer. Yes, Taylor, I completely agree with you. I don't think you can get much better than like a toasted cheese sandwich. That's just such a comfort food.
Corinne is asking, do you know when we go back to trust links?
Do you want to answer that one? Shall I answer that one? The answer is no, not yet. You know, it's being constantly reviewed. You know, we're doing kind of risk assessments and trying to make sure that it's, you know, going to be fully safe for everyone to come back. We want everyone back as soon as possible, but we need to make sure that it's safe for everyone.
Yes.
You know, and that is an ongoing, constant process.
Yeah, absolutely. Kelly's asking too. I hope trust links can open soon.
Yeah. Me too. But guys, the important thing to remember is that we are still here.
Yes.
So don't struggle on alone. You know, we're all still working. We're all still here, you know. And so, you know, don't still reach out if you need it via, you know, either the main telephone number or, you know, the email addresses or Facebook Messenger. You know, if you need support, you know, we are still here for you. You just, you know, it just won't be in person just yet. So, whose turn is it to ask a question?
Oh, we're still asking?
Yeah.
You go for a bit longer.
So.
I love some of these ones.
Shall I ask you? I think it's my turn to ask.
Is it your turn? Go on then.
Yeah. Okay, so if you I don't know what one to ask. Okay, so what is your pet peeve?
My pet peeve is people driving right up behind my car too close.
Oh, I hate that.
Really, I think that, yeah, that really bugs
Does it really like ignite a fury within you? I'm the same though. I just end up driving slower.
So right down. I have got a funny story. I'll leave out the swearing bit though, of a friend of my dad's who that was happening, and they stopped at traffic lights, and he he got out of the car and opened his boot and he said, "Do you want to get in?" Yeah, I leave out the profanities. The profanities.
Yeah. The more colourful elements of that story.
But yeah, that is just annoying. Like, what? I've done that before and pulled over and been like, go on, like, pass me. Oh yeah, driving. It's I get a bit of road rage with that.
I would never have imagined. Just so calm, and, well reasoned.
Don't drive too close to me.
Just one shot.
Generally, I'm calm.
Don't do it, folks.
What about you, Victoria? What's a pet peeve of yours?
Oh, do you know what? This is going to sound so bad, but I really have trouble narrowing it down to one. So probably my main one is when people talk with their mouth full. Like when people talk and eat at the same time, I just can't. It's like I'm not taking in anything they're saying because all I can see is like the food just moving around in their mouth. I just don't do it. I think there's a name for it actually, when the sound of people eating like does something to you. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's when they're eating and talking, you can see the food and you can hear the sound of their words trying to get past the food that's in their mouth, and I just it's doing something to me now. So I don't know. Yeah.
Are you one that does that? I must admit, I can talk.
I mean, that even would be slightly better, is to, or just a thing and then just to like, yep, just
hang on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this has been lovely.
I was going to say, I'm very aware that we're coming up to our time. Oh, so I've got another friend of mine that's hello Anna, just want to say shout out.
Hi,
Anna. I can't see any other questions, Victoria. I don't know if you can. It maybe some of them, as happened before, may come, you know, we may have to answer any questions afterwards. But I think we're gonna hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. We've either bored you to tears or you've found something helpful, or it's made you smile at least. So
give us feedback though, guys.
Yeah.
Like, if you like this style of doing things, if you're like, no, we see enough of Victoria throughout our week, give us just solely penny back. Yeah, let us know, because you know, if this works, there's no reason why we can't do, you know, getting to know you with other Trust Link staff. So
yes,
if you're like, oh, get Matt on or get Gareth on, you know, we want to hear Fiona's thoughts on stuff.
Yes.
Let us know, because peer pressure, guys, that can be arranged, I'm sure, if enough people want it. And we've got a wealth of questions up our sleeve as well.
Leave a comment with the member of staff that you want to get to know more, and we'll see if we can get them on. Okay. Well, Victoria, I just want to say thank you so much for joining the Thursday morning wellbeing, and it's been really lovely having you on. And
go us for working out actually technically how to do this.
High five in there.
Virtual high five. Have a great day, Penny.
Yeah, you too. And everyone that has stayed with us till the end, thank you, and have a fantastic rest of your Thursday, and we'll see you soon.
And now I've got to work out how to turn the live streaming off.
Oh dear, yeah, we could be.
Oh, I've just found the stop live stream button. Thanks, guys. Bye.